Hey, what is up, everybody? This is Stevie Breach coming to you here. A very early video talking about the Super Bowl coming up, which is just being put up on the marquee up there in Miami. San Francisco 49ers against the Kansas City Chiefs. I can honestly tell you that it was two of probably the most heavily picked teams going in to this year. There was lots of hype about the Chiefs. There was lots of hype about the 49ers. Both of them had storylines where basically like the Chiefs, they lost a lot of guys in the offseason. They had to really sort of put that team back together because a lot of the people that were there were getting paid. And when guys get paid, the team sort of has to move pieces around in order to keep their teams under the salary cap. I mean, look at the Rams. The Rams were there 1 minute, and now they don't have an offensive line, and they're trying to put that back together. So, I mean, for the Niners and the Chiefs, easily. I mean, think about the Chiefs. They got to sign Patrick Mahomes to an extension to keep him there. What are they going to have to lose in order to do that? I mean, honestly, you can look at Seattle. Seattle had to sign their quarterback to a deal, and when he took all of that money, it took a lot of the pieces of the puzzle. They lost big portions of their defense. I mean, honestly, they really haven't had a starting running back in that system in a few years that really has name value to go there. So, I mean, easily you look at this and you can say that this might be the last chance for the Kansas City Chiefs. I mean, for the Chiefs, to me, I thought they had a lot of chance to win the Super Bowl last year. I think that honestly they probably had a better team last year than they do today. But when the Chiefs lost their running back to, the shit that he got into, basically, where they had to cut him. He's now with the Browns. His name freaking escapes me. I keep on wanting to call him Priest Holmes, but that's not the right dude. Honestly, when he left, I just thought that the writing was on the wall, that I didn't think that they were going to be able to move on in the playoffs, and they ran out of gas. I think they got beat by New England last year. But this year, I mean, the Chiefs are a good team, very explosive. In the last two games, both times, teams have got up early on them. I believe at one point, the Titans had a 10-point lead. Even more than that, the week before, they were down 24 points to the Texans. I'm pretty sure it was 24-0. And then they got that big return, and that set up a touchdown, and then they were celebrating like they were going to the Super Bowl already, and I just couldn't believe it. I mean, I kept doubting it, and then all of a sudden, 24-14. Wow, this is a real game. So, I mean, honestly, one of the things I always say with my Niners, if we can jump up and get ahead of a team, I think we're going to be all right. That's what I was looking forward to. We got the early score, make it 7-0 against the Packers. I was like, all we have to do is just keep staying with them now. Just keep staying ahead. They can have that offense where they can have Aaron Rodgers just go on a drive, work the ball all the way down. If we can just go back out there and put points on the board after they did, and we just stay ahead, we'll be all right. Because as Booger McFarland says, at the end of the day, the team that scores the most points wins the game. And then that's all you really need to do. I mean, if Booger can say it just like that, so can I. So that's what we're looking forward to. I can honestly tell you that as a Niner fan, I'm really excited. You can never take it for granted when your team is playing in the Super Bowl. A few years ago, it's probably longer than I thought it was, Niners against the Ravens. Colin Kaepernick led that team to the Superdome. They weren't able to get it done, but they had one hell of a comeback. The game honestly came down to the last play in the corner where Crabtree was not able to catch a ball. Honestly, in my opinion, you watch the replay, it honestly looks like he gave up on the route, gave up on the ball. Who knows? Michael Crabtree was a great receiver, but I think honestly he gave up on a lot of routes, and he gave up on a lot of balls. And that's what sort of halted his career, and he never really was the quarterback, or he never really was the wide receiver that we thought we were going to have. So, just because you go to the Super Bowl doesn't mean you're going to win it. This game is opening up. The Chiefs are a 1-point favorite. That's the very, very early line. I believe they said the over-under on the game was 52. If I was a Niner fan, I'd take the point. I'd also take the over. I would think that there's going to be a lot of points scored in this Super Bowl. Niners have a very good defense. Chiefs have a very good defense, but I think when it comes down to it, they put the pressure on there, they put the lights on there, the offense is going to beat the defense. This is not going to be one of those defensive games that's just basically both teams holding each other, looking for some sort of mistake, and this is a 3-point game at the end. This is one of those things where it's just gunshots, and whoever gets the ball last is more than likely going to be the team that is going to win that game. I'm very, very excited for this as a Niner fan. I'm big time pumped, and I think the Niners have a great shot of winning this game. So we've got 2 weeks to let this settle in before all the smoke settles and we find out who the champion is. So I'm sure we'll come back to this, but as of right now, I'm riding high. I'm going to be sleeping good tonight. Peace out, everybody.